Shh, must be nice to be that tall.
Oh, don't
Do you
have.
know where it is?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta show her. Oh, thank you. Might be easier, right?
So there's one right
So
there.
while there, can the offices, can you hear well enough?
There's a that's a one.
Maybe, maybe not.
Not when everyone speaking at the same time, it's a little bit difficult.
But can you hear us?
Yes,
Okay.
There's 11 people.
Down the bottom. Yeah.
Oh. This is the Cedar. Oh, Helen. Cedar Lane. Oh, Cedar.
So we can bring the camera closer, right? And we can
Yeah.
turn on the camera?
But T1's been doing, she's been doing from back here.
The camera.
Absolutely. You want to put it on the end of the table here?
No, I want them to see the demo.
Ah, okay.
So tell me where we're going so nobody gets
So,
knocked
Daniel,
out.
you seem to be the one that can say something. Can you see the demonstration?
Maybe set it on that stack of catalogs right there.
Yeah, but I need some more cord.
Oh, I see.
That's,
Right, it's the white.
the lights on this fell off.
What's all in there?
Yes.
Lots of goodies.
Your stuff is tomorrow, Jim, so I have it in my office.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to print out the
Right.
PDF papers or
I got
anything
it.
like that. I want to email everything to everybody,
Well,
but
it'll go out in one packet for me.
that's why I came in early.
Let's hold that. We'll
I can't walk it.
These catalogs over there.
Yeah.
You want it up there?
Yeah, so we
Oh, okay. Look, look.
I don't know what that.
Can you see the setup?
Not yet. Angle this down.
No,
I think it's good.
There we go.
Yeah, I just want it tripping. It's probably
Zoom
gonna be
forward
more
and
than the phone cord.
for those that can, for those that are
There we go.
seeing that.
Oh.
Um,
Just for a second. Let's see.
nope. No, so actually a little bit better.
So we can take off the screen now. So we're gonna stop the screen sharing.
Well, if anything, I can see the setup. If you do the screen share.
If you go screen share, they'll see that little picture right there. Just share the screen. Or the webcam, I'm sorry.
Webcam, right?
Yeah.
They can
it's
adjust
screen
their
sharing.
size.
We're not showing you anything on the screen of it.
They can minimize it.
Oh.
Yes.
Probably record that.
We have a little more slack there.
Yes.
Okay, so I want everybody to take their tablet out, that we've given everybody a tablet. So the first question today on the pop quiz.
Not school's over.
Never over, never over, Jean. So, put your name on the top, right? And we'll get setting up. And if you'd like to submit it internationally too, you can. Send me an email. So the first question of the day is, name 3 advantages for using the WPI Smart Touch controller. Three advantages. Why would you want to use not Smart Touch controller? Customer says, well, gee, I'm looking at Harvard. What are 3 things that you can highlight? You can participate.
I'm
Tom.
auditing the class.
Here,
I
pass
would fill it out, except I'm afraid you'd read it, so
it. It's good.
I think I could answer, read it.
Yeah, I think we can stop the screen share.
That's what I'm thinking.
Because if they're not gonna see anything in this. All right.
Are you participating too, Elaine?
No.
Okay, so we should all be done?
You were giving me your papers.
Okay, it's like Jeopardy.
Do you know
Oh, we have to answer it in the form of a question?
Okay.
What is?
So when we have a break, just.
Okay, so.
No, I tried to stop it.
Yeah, no, I am. I wanna show something
You have
first.
to stop the screen sharing in the middle.
I know, but I want to show something first. Okay, so I'm gonna do demonstration on how, the startup on how to use this controller. Like I said, now everything is in front of you. We have the nanoliter injector, okay? And the injector, like I said, when you just buy what is called the NL2010, this is what you get, okay? Plus some other accessories like microfill, glass, and a couple of O-rings, gaskets, which I can show you. So this is what you get when you buy the nanoliter 2010. Now, WPI, what we have done, we have been able to adapt what we call the Smart Touch controller to use with the nanoliter injector. With a simple adapter that comes with it when you buy what is the part number NL2010 MC2T. That's the nanoliter, the kit of the nanoliter injector with the Smart Touch controller, and you're going to require this adapter. So like I said, so if you want to make this into a 2-channel system, all you need to do is buy the pump and the adapter. Okay, and then that's how you add and create this into a 2-channel system. All the different accessories that you can buy. We have a manipulator, okay, that you can add to the quote. We have a stand that you can add to the quote. If the customer has a wood table, we sell these best metal plates that you can add to the quote, and this is upselling your sale. There's always additional glass that they're going to need because these are disposables. Always remember about the disposables that they're always going to need because they need to spend their money. You might as well get all their money then. Don't wait, oh yeah, you know what, you could come and see me later on when I come visit you. No, get their money now. So we have disposables, what is and so let's try to get their money right away, getting all those disposables, which is the glass, additional glass, so they can use, or excuse me, or we have our tips that we pull here in-house. These are packs of 10. If the customer doesn't have enough lab space, or they don't have a puller, or they don't have enough money in their budget for a puller, we sell pre-pulled glass, which is the glass that's used to do the injection here. And we sell that also. So you can add that to the quote as part of the, to do your injection. It's the pre-pulled glass. These are disposables, use them once, throw away. And believe me, once they start using these, I mean, there's no need for a lab tech to do the pull.
Is there only one type because there's the diameter? It's only 1.1.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, one time, because it has this specifically this glass for this injector is only one. We sell, I mean, we have a whole list of pre-pulled tips, but to use with this injector is only this one glass, which the part number is tip 10 XV119. Okay, that is the part number that's specifically to be used with this injector, which has a 1.14 outer diameter that is used with the gasket that's in this injector. Okay, so this is, like I said, this is the only glass they're going to be able to use with this injector.
Where is that in the catalog? Gabe?
Pre-pulled tips.
Can you pull it with the 2000? The same type?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
And
That's true, that's true.
Is it in lab supplies maybe?
no.
About 50, page 50, yeah, you're there.
Let me see. I'll do it right now. It's in,
The inner diameter can be different.
No, the inner,
Not for the,
because the inner diameter is what determines how much the displacement causes the
yeah.
volume change. So if you have a different ID, it won't be accurate in terms of either your dip switches or your control panel. And you'll also mess up the gaskets.
yes.
So they have to use our pre-cooled?
You have to have the same inner diameter. So
Outer
the
diameter.
1.14 outer diameter glass has the correct inner diameter for the calibration of that.
This is
So
the
we
list.
strongly recommend.
Absolutely.
That's the list of all our pre-pull tips. And like I said,
Has to match the.
Right. Well, no, the plunger, it doesn't have to match, but it's not going to be correct because you're displacing the oil.
Just one thing, what's the word for, another word for gasket? Because I heard of gasket.
O-ring.
O-ring, okay.
Gasket, O-ring, or
Yeah,
seal.
that's no problem.
okay. So, and so that's the glass that we use. So we're gonna upsell, by either trying to sell a puller, which is, we have our pull 1000. That's gonna be able to pull the glass. And when we sell this injector, it comes with a vial of glass, unpulled glass. So if they have a puller, then they can pull their own glass.
How many needles will that do?
That, well, it comes with a bottle of 100, and
100.
and then you can pull. You have 2 tips,
Okay.
depending on the puller. Now, if they have a puller that's vertical, you're only gonna get 1 tip. If you have one like this, then you get 2 tips. And when you're gonna see the demonstration about the puller later on, and you're gonna see what the difference is when you do the pulling. All right. So, like I said, so we have the injector. Now, I tried this on Friday, and I was about to break stuff because I was really frustrated. But it's a science, as Jim showed me on Friday. There's a science to filling up these glass tips. These are the glass tips. We sell them in vacuum sealed packages, and there's 1 piece of glass per case. Okay. One of the biggest problems that customers have is creating air bubbles when you backfill these little glass tips. And I know I had a problem, and I was like, wow, really, people got to do this? I want to go sell burgers. But anyway, I'm not. This is my profession. This is what I have to do.
You can.
Yeah. So what we use. So this is the glass, and please understand that you're all gonna try this. I'm not gonna be the one dealing with the frustration. Everybody's gonna try this. So what we have is a glass. Huh?
Get the first aid kit.
Yes. So, like I said, there's 1 piece of glass per vial, and this instructions on how to do this. So we press here, and we remove the glass. Now, there's a very fine tip in this on here, and this is what it's used for injection. Now,
Can you show the people, just put it up to the, because it's hard to see.
Close to the camera.
Yeah.
Do you want me to?
and
I think we're not in a sterile environment, right? Is there like a white piece of paper?
Or even,
You get this all 28.
What is that? Can you? I don't know. There you go.
We're gonna
Back
do-
a little bit, right there.
we're gonna do.
So feel free.
So the next one, so I have backfill with
that
that.
good?
I already have the
people
experience
see this?
of making the film myself.
Let me know if you want to
So I'm gonna
clear it up.
backfill. You have to use it.
They're gonna use a camera.
Don't want your retina.
Go ahead.
All right. So I can pass these around. I mean, here, just take one. Just take one and pass it around. Because believe me, that's the
it's not a long
tip that
shot.
you're gonna use to fill.
Short paper.
It's a short paper, it's not a long paper.
just take one. Yeah.
10 micron tip.
I think somebody's trying to come into our meeting.
Well,
We have to kick
first come,
someone
first
off.
served.
There you go. All right. So,
Do we need to check it out?
yeah, take one. Take one because you're gonna
Oh,
fail.
yeah, okay, I guess.
Because you're gonna fail. You're gonna fail.
Your own.
Okay.
Maybe, we'll see.
All right. So we're gonna front fill the tuberculous syringe when, normally this is standard. We don't sell these syringes. These are standards in most labs. So we don't sell this type of plastic syringes. Okay. When we sell a nanofill syringe, which we're gonna get into right next, it comes with it. But we don't sell these syringes. Just in case anybody, it's a standard, it's a 1 cc syringe. They can get it in any CVS and we don't sell it. So that's just one.
Doesn't matter what type.
Exactly. What we need to make sure that it has a lure. This is what is called a lure, right here. Make sure that it's a lure syringe so we can fit our microfill, which is what we're going to use to fill these pipettes. Okay. So here goes my embarrassment. So we're going to start by, this is our highly dangerous green phosphorus liquid that we're going to inject. And I prefer, I'm sort of rogue, so I'm not using gloves, but everybody should be using gloves for this stuff, You never know what's going to get in this
You gonna
stuff.
turn into the Hulk?
I hope not. I am.
Dave Smash.
Already got bubbles.
So, and you backfill it by coming back slow, and it's already works. All right, let's try this. Let's start with blue.
You wanna try this?
Invert it and
You want a
flick it.
tip from the
Yeah,
ER room?
invert it and flick it.
And flick
Yeah,
it.
I know that. But believe me, we're not even getting anything to hip hop bubbles. So, yeah, and we do the flicking.
Flick it good.
Do the flicking and you see the bubble. Do you see
Yes,
the bubble?
coming
You
up.
see the bubble? Everybody see the bubble?
Yep.
That's just like venom for
There you go.
scientists. Alright, so then we just try to remove that bubble. Alright, so we should be okay now. So now there should be no bubbles here. And what we do, we take the microfill. We'll talk a little bit about the microfill, but let me put this in before I get a bubble. Okay. Microfill is manufactured in WPI here. It's one of our biggest sellers. One of our biggest add-on, thank you, sir. One of our bigger add-ons to microinjection, and believe it or not many people know about this. I'm at conferences, and we talked about microfill. They have no idea what a microfill is. But as we're going to see, in a lot of injections, especially when you're trying to do small injections, you need to what is called a backfilling the needles, or backfilling or front filling the tips. And this is one of those, I guess, instruments, you can call them instruments, that is always required in the lab, but that nobody uses, because there's other different ways of doing this, but when people see this, it's a non-flexible, it's a flexible, it's a flexible, non-metallic needle.
This
Okay.
is key. This is sweet. This product, I love this product. This is WPI technology.
Yes.
Right, we make this.
First of all, why do you tell us it's non-metal? Because is that important?
Yeah, it's very important that it's not metallic, because you're able to flex it. Sometimes metals you're not able to flex. That's one of the
I
main
thought
things.
maybe because of the material itself.
No,
responsive or
No, there's nothing wrong with
It's fused silica.
Fused silica.
It's
Interact
inert
with
to just
anything.
about
Yeah.
everything except hydrofluoric
Yeah, so it's
acid.
flexible.
A lot of
But
people
how many
initially think
needles
it's
have you
PEEK,
seen?
but it's not.
Yeah.
How many needles have you seen that are flexible?
Not many.
So you show that to a customer, and it's nice because we
It's
just
not
put it in
for
our handbag, you just pull it out.
Yeah, it's not for
This is
penetration.
WPI
It's
technology.
mostly, this is what it's mostly used for. It's to,
I got metal in my insulin pump. It's also plastic. So
so the microfill we sell them in standard, three standard parts. 28 gauge and 34 gauge. Those are the two standards that we have, and there's a longer one, 97 millimeters. But we also sell these custom length, and they come in about 5 different sizes also. We sell them in gauges. It's called, the most standard one is the 28 gauge, which we use for backfilling, which comes with the nanofill and stuff that we do, because this is very small and you're able to do it. So now, what we do is now that we have our drug here, we're ready to backfill the needle. Can you hold this one? All right, and this is gonna be the part that I hate.
I know, because your eyes have
You
to.
wanna help her? You wanna help her here? Hold it, and then use the finger, so have it kind of halfway in your finger, and use your finger to guide it into the lumen.
Somebody that's done this how many years? How many years? Oh, Lord. I don't wanna go get my glasses.
Alex, why don't you show him?
Should be.
Yeah.
Alec can show you. Alec can show you. Here, Alec.
Here, if you, lots of
There's a
copies.
trick to this.
There's not a trick, there's just.
Oh, yeah.
So can you see this?
Yeah.
Okay, so you kind of hold it,
Wait, make sure the people on the,
where your finger's
Get in front of
halfway,
the camera.
That's how you taught me.
and then you can guide it
you
in.
have to go lower,
Get
so
over
they
here
can
to
see.
that camera.
To this camera?
No.
Yeah.
Well,
You gotta. Oh, there you go.
Okay.
put your hand,
Now
your
smile.
hands down about a foot.
Oh, come
Inches.
on.
Lift the
Gonna
camera.
make it look bad.
It is gonna make me look bad. No pressure. Need too much coffee.
Trying to shake you out?
Or not enough.
Oh, come on.
Yep, that's what I was Friday.
Yeah,
About
it's,
4
Want
o'clock?
me to try?
No, you're
Alex
supposed to,
Smash.
you're supposed to outlook people
we're gonna stand
so
in
long
line,
and watch you.
I'll have a try here.
Another one is you can hold your arm. Oh, come on, it's right there. What? The 34 gauge would be easy to
In
do.
new glass?
Yeah, I do need new glasses.
There we go.
Okay, it's
There
right
you
there,
go.
it's not going yet.
It's really small.
Yeah.
Play a little on the coffee.
Okay, let me try.
You need to share.
Here.
I was trying so badly.
Oh, believe me, we're all gonna try this. We're all gonna try this, so.
I know, it's,
Okay, so,
We need like a spotlight.
actually, I used my belly yesterday. I don't want to embarrass myself anymore, so. This is why you pay lab technicians, you know?
That's what M&Ms are for, yes.
Feel the force.
Exactly. I'm glad that Cliff gave that speech in the beginning, that you learn from your mistakes, thank you, you know?
So while Gabe is trying to do this, this is pop quiz question number 2.
Let me get some eye.
Okay. What items would you bundle with the nanoliter? Customers thinking about buying a nanoliter, what items would you think about bundling?
Alright, I gotta go get my glasses. Okay, nobody look up, just look at the paper.
You get it?
No.
Bundling is always great, right? You go in there to sell one thing and you can put other things around it. And I especially love the consumable part because they'll keep coming back to you.
All right, did he leave it here or did he take it with
No,
him?
he
No,
got
I was
this.
gonna.
The syringes here and the glasses.
Now this is the challenge. The challenge is on.
Yeah, who's gonna be the first to do this?
I know, I wanna do
I
it
think
too.
you- I
Can
think
we,
you
I know,
actually-
can we try?
Look, I love this, the enthusiasm. Let him try.
Oh!
You got it? Yay!
Now backfill it properly.
No problem.
Can they see that? You gotta play to the camera here.
There we go. Oh, is it, no?
We're good.
And I went and got my glasses and everything.
That's okay.
No bubbles.
Okay.
Just as an FYI, I did this every Tuesday for 2 years, so don't feel bad if it's hard.
Okay, so now we have a backfill tip. Okay, and once again, I mean, I know Buben was here a little while ago. His big thing is about oils, natural oils coming out of your hands, your fingers, and they get on the glass. So, yeah, that's why you wear gloves. But I'm rogue.
Or you can wipe it.
I'll just do different things with them. So, just want to show you real quick because Johan asked about these. These are the gaskets, O-rings, seals that comes with an analytic that is required to use with an analytic injector. This system requires 3 different gaskets. So I'm going to show you how to load this. So you can, and one of the, like I said, one of the biggest issues that customers have is about loading this.
Set your glass tip out on top of the controller. Make sure the tip is facing out. So set it on the controller with the tip facing out.
Okay. Now?
Whenever.
Okay.
It's just give
So-
me another hand.
All right. So first thing we do is remove what this is called the that's just the name of it right now. All right. So this has a 3 seal or a 3 gasket system, and a lot of times the customers just put them on. We have this in our manual, and they have to be a certain order and a certain orientation where they have to be put in. And if they don't do that correctly, it's not going to work. Okay. So we have the first seal, which is the black one, okay, which is in here, and this is called a seal, okay. This will not allow any liquid, should not allow any liquid to come into the gasket, okay, or into the motor head, right here, or where the piston is. Okay, that's the seal, that's the first one, it's the black one. The second one is this white gasket, or O-ring. And now this one is very, very important because this is where the glass sits when you bring it back into the injector head. If you can see, there's one side that's flat, and then the other side has like a little. The other side has like a little pivot or a little indentation that allows the back of the glass to sit on. Okay. A lot of times, I mean, it's white. It's very difficult to see. You really have to make sure that.
Can I open this?
Yes, please. Go ahead.
One side's flat and the other side is like V-shaped?
Yeah,
It's indentation.
Indentation.
Yeah.
So you have to make sure that the indentation is facing out. Okay, because that's where the glass sits. Euban is here, he's gonna get mad at me, because I'm not using gloves. Okay, so, yeah,
So this is the side.
no,
Yeah.
because that's this big problem, people doing pulling, oh, it doesn't work, well, it's got what?
That
The
one.
glass sits on here.
So,
So this is the way it comes.
we put it in, okay, and it goes in like that, okay? So the indentation is facing out, okay? The third one, it's the one that's in here, and I wish I had my little tool.
Because what will happen if we do it wrong? What's the result of that?
The result is called leaks, okay? They will be leaking. There probably will be no injection, and the customer is gonna wanna return this because it's broke.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. And the third one, seal.
You want this one?
No, I got it in here. I gotta take it out.
Oh, use the back of the glass.
Back of the glass.
Use the back of the glass, it'll push it right out.
So many people that have done this before. I would just sell this stuff, I don't really do this.
Well, you're in tech now.
Right, and, thank you. So, and the last one is the orange one, okay, and which is the one we have there, and that's the last one, and that's the one that holds the glass. This is the one that holds the glass in place. This is the one that's mostly gonna get wasted, the most, because this is where the glass come in and out, Okay? Now, we don't sell these individually, we sell them as kits, so they're gonna have to buy the whole kit. Okay, and
That's great.
and so they have to buy, and once again, this also it has a long, this pointy and then a short one. The long one goes facing out. Okay.
Pointy goes
Yeah.
facing out.
Okay. So now, there's a technique here that Jim taught me. So we take the glass, we push it through the collet. This is called a collet. I just remember the name of that. Okay. And we hold it. Okay. And then we take the O-ring, the gasket, and you push it against, you just insert it through. Without breaking the glass and all this expensive drug all over the place. All right?
This is easy.
All right.
Just think, how many devices are there available that you can push through such small volumes? What's the smallest volume?
Okay.
2.3.
So 2.3 nanoliters?
I think it's actually lower with the Smart Touch controller. No, it's not?
Okay. And we push the glass back in, fits nicely, and do not tug it. As I was taught.
Ah.
It's nice and fit in there. Okay. And just tighten it up. So now you have your very expensive drug ready to be injected. So who's the volunteer is going to give me a hand to inject this? Nobody?
Use a napkin or
What's that?
something.
Someone's.
Where's Carmen's
Never
fake
gonna see this
rat or
spot.
something?
I'll put my hand.
I'm just joking. No, I was going to inject you with I was going to poke you with a needle.
Get on some
Blue poisonous guy.
If you break the tip, then it's in your hand.
Yeah.
You will not see it anymore.
So it's all in the name of science. Okay. All right. So your setup is complete. Okay. Now to do the actual injection. We have the controller here that you can actually control it by using these little toggles. And depending on where what you want to inject or what you can do it from the side here by changing it. There's a if you look in the manual, you can tell you the last one is to the speed, the rate that you're going to inject, and then the other ones, depending on how you have it up and down, it will give you the injection that you want. But we're going to upsell them because we want them to buy the Micro 2T controller, right? We don't want to sell them with this, because this is just going to take way too long. So we're going to upsell you, and we're going to say, you know what, we got something that's a Smart Touch controller that that allows you to do the injection much faster and with more accuracy. So we put the adapter.
You can program that one. That's one not programmable?
No, it's just depending on
Dip switch.
the dip switch. Depending on, so it just gives you.
16 steps.
Yeah, so it's not like a push one for program 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, that's that one. Okay.
You can't set the rate with that.
You have two selections.
Yes, you
Yeah.
can.
Do you have
There's two.
You have
rate
low,
selections?
slow, and fast.
Slow, right.
Oh, okay.
And which is that it will be switch number 5 that allows you to do the rate, and then with the other ones, depending on how you have them up or down, it gives you the actual injection flow that you're going to do, the rate that you're going to do. So, like I said, it comes with it, but like I said, it's not going to give you. It gives you. I guess it's limited on what you're going to be able to inject. Now you have specific ones, or you have different injections that you want to do. You may want to go with the Smart Touch controller. But if you're always going to inject the same thing over and over again,
Zebrafish, I think that one would be.
yeah, because it's just going to be the same flow, the same rate all the time. Or you got to just press a button and do the inject and do the inject, but if you want to do different injections, you want to be using different applications, then you may want to go with something more intricate, what is called a Smart Touch controller. All right. So,
So I have a quick question.
yes.
So customer, I'm going out in the field, customer has a nano injector, right, with this controller. Can he upgrade to the Smart Touch?
Yes.
was something with software.
What will be required? What will be
There was something
required?
with
Just the
software,
micro 2T and the adapter.
The adapter.
So that's what you have to know. You know,
No software change.
you're gonna need the, if you're gonna upgrade, this is so separate. Okay, the adapter is so separate, so you have to make sure that you add that to the quote along with the micro 2T controller. Okay, so we're gonna see how this works. So we're gonna, you know, make sure that one of the biggest problems that we have is these pins. A lot of the customers, and I know I'm guilty of this. You know, I'm doing something over here, and you just gotta insert this in here, right? No, and then you just feel it around, and once it goes in, it goes in. That's gonna bend the pins, and your pump is broke. And then you have an RMA, and you have to fix it. Okay, so we have a little arrow here on the actual adapter, and the same thing as in the controller. That you're going to insert it. You insert it in pump 1 or pump 2, depending on what you're doing, and it goes in very smooth. Believe me, if you don't do it this way, you're going to move it around. These are very, I don't know what the size of these pins are. Very delicate pins. Once you bend them, and once they're bent, you will be able to insert it, but it's a bent pin. There's a reason why that pin is there. It's for something. And you have a bent pin, you have somebody calling Jim or myself saying, hey, my pump is broke. You know, and then we have to bring it in, and when we do troubleshooting, go ahead, now give me a second. We do some troubleshooting and I say, hey, can you look at your pins and let me know if one of them is off? Because there's 8 pins. And they say, yes, if one is off, then straighten it out, and then voila, don't do this again. If it's too much, or if it's broken off, it will be like, I believe, not including shipping and handling, it's about $150 repair to change this connector.
So that part is not part of the guarantee, because they have to be careful in sticking it in, I would say. Because I had like this,
Yes.
yeah, because I had last half year, I had 4 or 5 of these requests from Italy, especially, who say, oh, it's not working anymore with the Smart Touch.
Bent pins, right?
That's the pin. Pin.
Yeah, they can carefully bend them back sometimes, but there is a limit.
Yeah.
Okay, where is the connector in the book?
No, that's a repair. That's a
No, the
repair.
adapter
You mean
to
the
buy.
Oh, about,
Yeah.
look at the nanoliter page.
Yeah, it's on the manual.
I don't even know. if part
Question
numbers-
slash comment. Maybe I should ask this before we move on further. Don't people oil fill that?
Yes.
They can, yes.
So maybe is it important for new people to know that that's a step? Because I actually went out to the field and I had to do that and it didn't work.
Yes.
So I lost that.
So I did the oil thing, and it would have been, it is, and I'm gonna tell you why we're doing here. But what I wanted to show is just do the injection. But you're right. I should definitely say that, because I do have oil here. So Guillaume brought up a good point regarding doing the injection, especially with glass. One of the technique is called backfilling with oil. Okay, and it's required because, see, if this was real drug, this would be millions of dollars worth of drugs. Okay, there'd be thousands of dollars worth of drugs in that. People are not injecting that much drug, you know, into anything. So what is done most of the time is backfill the tip with oil, mineral oil. Okay, and then you suck in the actual amount of drug that you're gonna do. And that's what you do to the injection. Yes, you're right. Thanks for bringing that up, because I was going to do that with the syringe.
Go ahead.
So, so this, like I said, to add just to have this much drug, that's not the normal case. The other part is going to be to do with oil, and that would allow you to remove any bubbles when you do move it all the way across. But for demonstrations and time purposes, I just went with just backfilling the needle and then doing the injection.
You need to backfill with oil, I think, and then front fill with...
with the actual drug.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what you would, you know, that's why we had the 3 buttons here.
Okay.
The empty is mostly to remove any air you know, and then we bring it back with we fill it up with the actual drug, and then we do the injection.
It's not a problem that then some of the oil will spill into, or they're just taking a little bit out and then they say, okay, we will use it and then
Yeah,
throw away the rest.
Most of the oil is just thrown away. It's put into a different dish, and then you actually back front fill with your actual drug or whatever you is that you're injecting.
It's like one micro droplet of.
Exactly.
Well, your oil-water interface is actually gonna be what pushes out, so it's
Exactly.
not gonna mix. If you filled it completely with water, you'd have mixing and dilution of your drug.
And the method that is called here, this is called a positive displacement. Okay, the method of injection, positive displacement, which means it's using a metal rod or what is called a piston, and it's pushing the liquid out. Okay, that's what is called positive displacement. It's one of the unique things that this does. Little waste, any, you know, and it allows the piston just to move, and it just displaces the liquid that you're trying to inject. Okay? Where we at here? Okay. All right. So let me just. We have the microphone control. Oh, this is gonna be hard right here. Okay. Yeah, I think we can see the video, but I want to see back here. Okay. So as we talked about the system, we display all the channels. As you can see, when you have only one channel, you will only see one channel. If you had a dual channel system, you will see two syringes here. And
Be careful of the cable.
And so we're gonna configure here. It's by person. Let me see if I can you see this? Let me see if I can. Just-
You guys wanna, you see,
Oh, there
You
it
just
goes.
broke
Yeah.
party foul.
So,
Oh, okay. I just broke the glass.
Yeah, you have to be careful, else if you reach under it, you can poke yourself.
Or break it.
Yeah.
That sucked. That sucked. It's doing so good. It's doing so good.
well.
Okay. So anyway, we're gonna configure.
Put it
Those
on
are the glass.
paper
It's
towel or
right. It's
something?
right.
Yeah.
I see. Oh, that sucks. All right. All right. You know what? We're gonna run by our mistakes.
Somebody put it.
We're gonna configure the actual syringe. Now, with this smart touch controller, since this is our pump, we're gonna be able to go and press the type of syringe or the type of needle that you're gonna use. By doing there, and then we're gonna go down. See where it says NL? That stands for nanoliter. That's already configured. And
40239.
and then we just, then now it's just saying that we're using the nanoliter injector with this controller. Okay, we go back
That's the only one you can select here, I think. Huh?
for this
Yeah.
injector, yes, for this injector. And we go back, so it's already set up, type NL, that's the nanoliter injector. And then we're gonna just select the rate and the volume that you wanna inject, okay? Per injection. So we go here, we're gonna do the volume target. And this is in nanoliters. When we go to this pump, that becomes an issue because we're doing microliters here. But let's say you wanna inject, I don't know, pick a number, 27 nanoliters or
Is that per step or is that the total volume?
per step. This is the delivery rate.
20 nanoliters.
20 nanoliters, all right. And
Enter.
hit enter, okay? And the delivery rate, and we're gonna do 20, we're gonna do, that's too slow. We're gonna do 10 nanoliters per second, okay? So it's half of what we actually say we're gonna do. Now, I'm not gonna run this because the actual needle is broken there, but
What's the minimum, right? Or
yeah.
the maximum, right?
yes. Well, we're not because we have two, so we hit enter, right? And all we have to do is go back, and it's ready.
Okay.
We have two, okay? And we just hit run. And like I said, if I was the needle here,
You see drops.
you'll see drops. So it's doing, so that, see, it's just doing, that's what it did.
Can we maybe inject more so the piston comes out? And we can
Wait, yeah, that's what y'all gonna do. That's what you're gonna do. But now I just show you the method of how to do this. And what you guys are gonna do now is backfill a pipette, put it in an injector, and inject. Any questions before we go into that? All right, good. There you
Okay, so
go.
while you're doing that, I'll collect your quiz sheets.
How much are they gonna be?
You have your name on it.
Hey, Dave, do you want me to backfill it with oil and do an actual injection last?
Sure.
Oh, yeah, sure.
All right. I have a little bit different technique than you just explained, so.
And that's allowed.
You'll explain, right?
Yeah, it might be a little bit easier.
Okay. Because believe me, I don't do this.
Doctor